Hey everybody, it's just another gamer. We are here with some Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I'm also going to be giving you 10 tips and tricks that are, we're going to say, somewhere between beginner and expert. This game has a lot of different layers, a lot of nuance to it. It isn't really a cut and dry. There's a lot of, like, your decisions affect everything, and the way you play the game will be really, dependent on whether or not these tips and tricks will help you. But I'm excited, and I think that some of these things that I have to show you guys, I really wish I would have known or were explained better. This game is so deep. Everything you do makes a difference. It is so much fun. There are so many awesome mechanics, and yeah. So there's probably going to be a couple different videos on this game, but yeah, I want to get into it, and hopefully these tips and tricks will help you and be more successful in the game. And yeah, let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is stolen goods and how to get rid of them. So throughout this game you will find tons and tons of stuff that doesn't belong to you, that belongs to somebody else that you steal and want to sell. So one of the easiest places is the Nomad Camp, which is right here. I have a really bad reputation with them because I may have accidentally incapacitated a couple of their guards and stolen all their gear and sold it. That's neither here nor there, so hopefully you'll have a better reputation with them. But this guy is really good about it. But if you have too many stolen goods,
I'll have a look at the wares.
He will give you like a super bad deal. So what you need to make sure you do when you have a lot of these stolen goods is you add stuff that isn't stolen. Like, as you see, I have that. These two things are technically stolen, even though one of these things was off a dead guy. Or off a, I think it was. Maybe it wasn't. But yeah, you see, I have all this stolen stuff. So I want to make sure I add. In these places, this isn't like the best deal, like the best place to sell these things. This is just a vendor that's close. So, as you see, I have a bunch of stuff that isn't stolen and stuff that is stolen. I guess we'll throw these in here too. It's not really like the best place to sell them at, but then you go to haggle, and bing bada boom. So if I had more stolen stuff in there, I didn't have a mixture of non-stolen stuff in there, it would have flagged it. It would have been like, we're going to give you a super bad deal. But in that case, I made off pretty good, like 160, because I had to pay a ridiculous bounty because of the whole, accidentally sort of incapacitated couple of guards. Like I said, neither here nor there. But so stolen goods, you can also do this in bigger cities, like I'm in the starting area, but you can also do it in this place here with this trader. But you need to make sure you have, I think it's like 2 to 3 more things that aren't stolen that are stolen, especially when it comes to like stuff like I don't know if I sold it, like guards' gear. You need to make sure, and yeah, well, you need to make sure that there's more non-stolen. One more thing that I wanted to add about trading and selling goods and all that.
What would you like?
Is first off, depending on what you're selling, it matters on the trader that you're going to. Of course, it's kind of a given. Like blacksmiths are gonna buy more, weapons, and general goods traders are gonna buy like, I don't know, like silver tins, like silver cups to sell and stuff like that, and they'll buy everything else but for a lower price. But blacksmiths, they actually know what you're selling, and they know the price of it. Like this right here would not be selling for 47 shekels at any other place. But I wanted to talk about. What do you want to call it? I want to talk about negotiating prices. So the more stuff you have that you're selling, it goes up and up and up, and you can see his money. And a lot of times, on nearly everything, you can. He's actually taking that for a pretty penny. Okay, so if you hold X, I'm not sure what it is on console, but if you hold X, you can haggle.
Word about the price. All right.
And you can actually give him more of the money back, which will give you a better reputation with that trader. So you can do that, but then or you can ask for more, and he might get a little frustrated if you ask for an insane amount. Like if you ask for 8 times what it's worth, you're probably not going to get unless you have a really high charisma thing. But you can always get a couple. Like this might go through. We'll try. Let's.
Aye, you'll convince me with that price.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So we got an extra 310. Like that's pretty good. That's awesome. I don't even know if he had that much. I think he probably did. But yeah, heckling always helps. You gain reputation if you do it. If you're kind of like insult the guy and be like, I want 10,000 shekels for this small piece of stone that I found. He's either going to get upset. I've had it happen before, and you'll lose reputation. So try to be kind to the people you're selling with, and also remember, like I said earlier, no matter where you go, like like every trader is going to have a good that they're going to pay more for. Like herbalists are going to pay more for herbs. That kind of makes sense, you know. Blacksmiths are going to pay more for swords and precious metals. And people who like primarily sell stuff like clothing, they're going to pay more for clothing. So it just kind of makes sense. I mean, that's just the way the world is. Like, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, in this game it also helps. So when you're going to go sell a bunch of stuff, make sure you know, try to figure out where you're going to get the best bang for your buck. I just want to throw that in there. Okay, on to our next thing. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is stolen goods. So basically, whenever you steal something from somebody's house or, you know, rob a dead corpse or whatever, basically when you take something, it gets a marker. It is a little stolen marker. Sometimes it tells you where it is, where it's stolen from. Sometimes it does not. Or it does right there. It's just weirdly glitched. Okay, so I figured that out. That was kind of a weird thing. But, so in order for that to become unstolen, you have to wait 2 weeks. 2 weeks in game. So you could just take whatever you stole somewhere and go sleep in a bed and run around like a madman or pick berries or make a bunch of potions. But after the 2 weeks, it's your property. It's kind of weird. Unless there is the little unless, like you, I don't know, you go to a town and steal a guard's entire armor down to his skivvies, you know? If you come back to him with wearing his armor, he's gonna know. So I've experienced the situation. It's awkward.
Great, now none of us can watch TV. That's my TV! No crap, that's why I'm freaking stealing it.
This doesn't go well for you. He usually wants it back, but so even if you do the 2 weeks, they're still gonna want their stuff back. So watch out about that. But so pretty much anything can become unstolen. I don't think I think horses might be the one exception. You have to go buy papers from them from the nomad camp. So yeah, and by the way, if you're wondering why I'm in the woods, because this game is freaking beautiful. Any chance I get, I'm gonna be in the woods. It feels amazing, very immersive. This game is just amazing. I can't tell you how awesome it is. Buy the game, it's amazing. Just buy it. But yeah, so things become unstolen. On to our next tip. My next tip has to do with making stupid money really easily, and that's with stealing horses and reselling them. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you, like, for instance, this horse, I have pebbles still. This horse is way more valuable, and you can find horses like this really anywhere that there's a bar. Like here, there's a bar, down here. There's a bar. I think there's even one up there. They're all over this beginning map, all over the place. So basically, you can find the stables, and you can just, and it's better to do it at night. You can also find like pastures with horses at, or what do I call them? Pastures, I can't remember what they're called. But basically, essentially, you'll just find a horse, and yeah, you just get on that bad boy and take it to the nomads. It is the horses. The prices of the horses can vary from like an extreme payday to not the best payday, but they are ridiculous. So we're going to take this horse in and we will see how much we get for it. Here is the man that will buy the horses that you've just stolen.
I've got a horse for you. What do you want to do with him?
And we
I
sell
want to
it.
exchange him for groschen. For this one, I will give you this much.
See, that's pretty freaking awesome. That's 275.5 more dollars or shekels or whatever they're called, groschen, than we had before. That was estimated at 2,000, so there's probably a better way to get a better price. But
For me.
for not really having to do a whole lot of work, that's literally free money. So the only whole thing that holds you back in this game with the whole selling and buying horses is the fact that he only takes like a horse every like 2 or 3 days. So you could just farm this, go home, go somewhere and sleep for a few hours, and just, or a couple days, and then just do it over and over again. And you can get some, like, I think the most I've ever sold the horse for was like $1,000. I think. I can't, it was a while ago. I don't do a lot of this just because these people really hate me. Like I said in the earlier part, every time I come here I end up having to pay $300. So whatever I'm selling has to be greater than 300. It's a weird glitch. I hope they fix it soon, but it's okay. But yeah, the horse trade is an amazing thing. There's a bajillion horses, and as long as no one sees you steal the horse, you're totally set. Like, they can, like, if someone like starts chasing you after you jump on it and you're a little ways away, maybe like, oh no, my horse is being stolen, that's fine. As long as they don't actually see you steal the horse, you're fine. It's literally just free money just chilling. Just sitting at a pasture. Or sitting in a pasture, you know, eating from a box. It's amazing. I would utilize this as much as you can because there is some later game weapons and stuff that cost a ton of money, and repairing your stuff costs a ton of money, and literally everything in this game costs a stupid amount of money. So definitely steal lots of horses and sell them on the black market. There's little to no repercussions, like unless they can prove it. I mean, I haven't run into that situation yet. I've stolen quite a few horses before these people started hating me, but yeah, really good thing. Definitely do it as much as you possibly can, and on our next tip. The next thing that I wanted to add, that there is sometimes some free horses in this location on the map. Let me show you. Sometimes there are some free horses right here. I've found ones that are very valuable here, and it's really awesome because they're free and the camp to sell them is just right over the hill. So you can make ridiculous money, and these free horses respawn, I think, every day. It's way after you come and discover them. They respawn after like I think it's 24 hours in game. I'm almost certain. Yeah. So like I said, amazing, awesome. Make sure you come grab these horses. The horse thing spawns back like I think it's every 2 days. I'm not 100% certain in game, but it's free. They're literally just free money. Like just free.
It's free real estate.
Free money. It's amazing. There's a few other spots on the map like this where they're just at bars. I think I mentioned that, and where they're just unattended, or even sometimes you'll see them horses just wandering around. So yeah, definitely make sure you take advantage of these awesome free horses. Yeah, okay. On to our next thing. Okay, so my next tip has to do with food. This is kind of a no-brainer, but it's something that needs to be spoken on regardless. So here we have a food that is, where is it? Oh, great. Not a good example. So, yes it is. Freshness. So this pretzel, I just popped into my head that I didn't know they could make pretzels back then, but it's just dough, so I'm an idiot. So this freshness is 91%. This right here would be amazing. I could eat it, no issue. See, we ate it, we're good. But this smoked cheese, its freshness is 0. So when you eat that, that's actually going to give you a buff, or a negative debuff, let's see. This right here. Oh no, I'm an idiot. That's overeating. It gives it. Well, if you eat enough food like this, it's not just one. That's I don't know why I thought of. Well, I don't know why I thought I'd get the buff if I ate just one piece of rotten food. Oh yes, I did right here. Oh my god, I'm a goof right here. Food poisoning. I've been calling it super diarrhea. I didn't know that it was food poisoning, but you slowly lose health, like nearly to death. Like I just thought I was crapping myself to death.
Meaning you have Durchfall. You have diarrhea. You have diarrhea. I do not want diarrhea. I want one poop in a day and that is it.
That's literally just what it was. So you need to watch that. You would rather eat a 91% pretzel anyways. And this thing also goes for ingredients of like what do you call this stuff? Like when you make a potion with this thing, its freshness is really bad. See, freshness. Condition freshness. So when you use it in your ingredients, it makes your potions not as potent. So it's just not good. It doesn't heal you like with healing potions. It doesn't heal you as fast, or the duration isn't less as long. You can't sell them for as much. So kind of with food, you get super diarrhea and almost die. Potions aren't as valuable. Definitely do not eat rotten food. Just throw it out. So the way you can really get around this, it's not really even getting around. It's just keeping an eye on stuff. Getting dried stuff. This is this freshness. It lasts way longer. So yeah, dried stuff, smoked stuff. Smoked stuff doesn't work as long, but dried stuff, that seems to work really long. Definitely try to get a lot of that, as much of that as you can. It's pretty good for healing and keeping your Henry fed, because he's a hungry boy. So you definitely gotta, get the dried stuff. It's good for you. I think. I don't know. I'm not a health expert. I don't know. I play video games. Don't ask me these questions. I don't know if Henry necessarily has the best diet, but I know that you don't want to, literally have diarrhea to death. That sounds like the worst experience to ever have. Okay, on to our next tip. This next tip has to do with stealth takedowns. This is one of my favorite things to do in the game. I've gotten so much loot, and if it's done properly, you can get ridiculous amounts of loot, and you can also not have to deal with the consequences of your actions. So you can do this with just about anybody in this game, as long as you do it properly. Let's try to demonstrate what it looks like when it's done properly. So this might not be done properly, but we're gonna try our best. Sometimes it's a little crazy. Here we go. Okay, this is amazing. So we weren't spotted, as far as we know. He didn't see us, so that's also a very big key to it, is if he sees you do it, he can be like, that's the guy who stole me and drug me off into the woods and took all my armor. So make sure you're not seen, make sure you're not in a place. It's even better when it's dark, and also another big thing is like having your armor built, having a build for this kind of activity. I'm kind of built in a lot of different ways, mainly with a lot of noise. Like my armor makes a lot of noise when I'm clinking around, which isn't great. So, you know, this isn't always my best. This isn't always the best, but so now we have all of his stuff. It will be considered stolen. It doesn't look stolen right now, but it will be considered stolen here later. So we have all this now, and it's ours now. If this is done properly, no one will know that no one will know that I did this. He won't even know, as long as I don't wear his armor in front of him. I just probably should wait a couple of days before I try to sell it, so that it won't be stolen. But it is an awesome feature. You can do this with literally anyone, just random people in houses, random, like, it's even better with just strangers on the road, because like if it's done properly, no one will know, and if they don't see you, no one will know. You'll just get a free bunch of stuff. Like I've seen Knights Walking where I've tried to do it with them. The problem is a lot of times if you don't, like, you know, save scum and you fail, you're going to have to fight the person because they're going to be very unhappy. I think you can even do it with the bailiff. I haven't tried yet, but it is an awesome thing. It's so much fun, and it's even better when people are sleeping. They can't even fight back. They can't even like smack you or anything. They're just done. They're just incapacitated, and everything they own and their loot is just yours because, you know, you knocked them out while they're sleeping. So I'll probably demonstrate coming back into the town trying to find that same guy. Maybe not with his own stuff, but definitely going to try to demonstrate that so you guys can see. If done properly, you don't have to worry about anything because they didn't see you, no one's seen you. So sometimes it is hard to find guards, like on like, or wherever you're trying to do it. It's hard to, like, I've tried to do it with the blacksmith before. It's hard to do it with him just because of the way he is, where he is, and there's a lot of people. But you can do it while they're sleeping if they're not a main story character. I had an issue with the one main story character guy. I couldn't get him knocked out while he was sleeping. I could knock his wife out, but I couldn't knock him out. It was weird. So okay, so yeah, that's essentially a tip. I'm definitely going to throw in some footage of me coming back later and him being chill and just butt naked and upset. Well, not even upset, just butt naked. But he will have... How am I being spotted? Oh boy. Okay, I'll deal with this. Okay. Oh, this is the guy that wants to fight. Okay. Okay. We'll be back to this place in a bit.
That's my way. Ha! Ha! Get away with that weapon.
That was a good fight.
Good. Very good. Perhaps I'll have better luck next time. Here's your wager back. Thank you, and take care.
Okie dokie. So we went and we waited, I think 3 days. I think it was 3 days, and we came back. And we have this guy here. He is the guy that we incapacitated, and he's now just chilling.
Look pretty good, man. Where your clothes at?
Let's talk to him. Heck of a bald spot. My goodness, dude. You're deflecting rays like crazy. You probably, you know, singe birds that are just flying through the sky. Okay, off his bald spot. So yeah, he's not mad at us. No one knows. And it was done properly. No one's mad. We're all good. So awesome. Absolutely amazing. I would do as much as you possibly can. This is, like I said, if done right, you will not have to worry about any negative problems. And maybe even if you really, really, really want a set of armor or something that somebody has, or even you can do it with merchants too. Merchants aren't usually wandering around. You can do it with them to get your money back, because you got to remember, in this game your money goes, you know, into his pocket. In other games it just goes off into the oblivion. Into the oblivion? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. But so you could get every dime, potentially you get every dime you spend, or quotient, I think they're called quotients, doubloons, whatever you want to call them. You can get every single one of those dollars back. If you do this right. That is what I have to be very specific about, because if it's done wrong, if someone sees you or hears you, or someone finds a body and you near it, it will not work. It will, you know, fail. And then you got another guy here. I've done this quite a few times because it's easy money, and their armor can be sold for a lot, especially if you know how where to go to sell it. So yeah, it's perfect. It's awesome. It's amazing. I would definitely try giving it a try. And like I said, there are a few factors that are limiting. Like if people see you or hear you, nighttime makes it better. Your armor, even your smell. Your smell can also give you away. So watch for that. So yeah. Okay. On our next tip. Okay, so our next tip is kind of common sense, but it's good to know. So when you're playing this game, your character, your Henry, he will get tired, he will get hungry. You need to make sure you feed him. He will start to wither away and die if you don't feed him, and in this case, hopefully we can get an example of it here. I tried to make him as tired as possible. I've just been chilling in the woods, running around like a madman. Let's try and, what is it, T? Yeah. Let's try and get him even more tired. So eventually he will just start like slowly, closing his eyes and becoming extremely tired, and we'll get him. Can we go there? Okay. Let's try to get a good example here. So he is very tired. And he also, as you can see, it even affects his stamina. So sleep is definitely more of an important thing to make sure you're focusing on. I'm trying to get him to do the blink thing. I almost wonder if he's going to pass out. I've never got him this tired. Oh, there we go. Yep, there we go. See, he is super sleepy. Your Henry needs to go to sleep. He's a sleepy boy. So he even tells you. And also napping in the right place is also a thing, because you can be robbed and you can be attacked while you're sleeping. So try to find a good place to take a rest. But like I said, making sure your necessities like sleep and hunger is being filled, and you'll do a lot better in this game. It is a big part of it. And I mean, that also goes hand in hand with bathing yourself. People can smell you. Your armor gets bloody. It needs to be washed. But yeah. Okay, so on our next tip. Okay, this next tip is actually super, super important, so listen up. So when after a lot of fighting and battling and snapping necks, doing all the devious stuff that you're going to be doing in this game, you'll have to wash yourself. And let's see, on our clothing I have a little bit of dirt. I don't really have some weird dirty stuff here. I don't really have any blood. So the easiest way to get blood off you is these little wash basin things. Come over here. Just dip your face in. Hopefully that is what it's for. It's not like someone's drinking water. You never really know. They don't tell you. So, yeah. As much as you'll allow, they say. Wash yourself as much as... Yeah. So, for deeper cleaning, like cleaning pretty much anything else, like any mud off stuff or, just dirty stuff. Anything else that needs to be cleaned more deeply. My God, words are a challenge for me today. Okay. So you find one of these things. This right here, I believe, has one that says laundry, I think. Yep, laundry. And you can come over here. Other places have them. Like this right here is just not the right one. Bath, spa. I said, you just have tons and tons of... They're all over the place. You'll find them randomly. That's probably not one. A lover spot. No, not at all. So you basically come to these. You don't jump in. Well, I guess you're gonna kinda. So you hold E, and then you click on whatever you need. So this right here needs to be done. Needs to be this and this. And you'll see how much soap it's gonna use and how much soap that you have. So as long as you have enough soap, you can hit confirm. And bing bada boom. They're all washed up. As you can see here. All washed. And you're pretty much set. And you can get to the point where you smell really, really bad, and all your clothing stinks. People are commenting about it. You're getting caught while sneaking. I've seen it. It's crazy. So make sure you clean yourself. This is also a very good general life tip. Clean yourself. It's always better when you smell good and you're not greasy. You don't want to be a greasy knight. You don't want to be a greasy person. I don't know why I'm saying all this. I don't know. On to our next tip. Okay, for our next tip, it's basically with the horse. So your horse has a separate storage from you, which is awesome, because when you're in big fights and you have tons and tons of loot that you want to bring home and sell and I don't know, kick around on the ground and just be happy with and enjoy all the cool fruits of your labor, of murdering people or picking it up, I don't know. Point is your horse has his own storage. You can put the stuff inside the storage, and you can use him as a pack mule. You can go to like a trader with your inventory full and then also his inventory full and make a lot of money. I did not realize you could do this. This is kind of common sense. It makes a lot more sense. The only thing is if you are over encumbered, you can't get on him. But if you're not, and if he's full and you're not, you can still ride him. Everything's fine. I don't think it hurts the horse. It may hurt his stamina. From what I've seen, it kind of hurts his stamina, but it doesn't like combine your guys' weight, so make you both super slow, which is kind of a cool thing. I think it's really cool. But definitely use your horse as much as you use, and you also with more horses you can have more storage, better horses. I still have Pebbles. I'm kind of attached to him. He's a cool dude, or girl. I don't know what he is. Should be. Okay, let's not get into that. This isn't Red Dead Redemption. So, yeah, use your horse storage. I forgot about it. I didn't realize it. I didn't even know about it until a little bit ago. So yeah, you know, I'd be stealing all these horses. I don't be putting saddles on them, see how much they can store. You know, so I don't know. So definitely, yeah, use it and enjoy it because it'll make you a lot more money in the future. Because if you have an extra whole pack meal to have, you know, stuff inside of, you'll be chilling inside of. I don't know why I use that word. Okay, on to our next tip. The next thing I want to talk about is saving. It's one of the most important things you can possibly do, and it can be a little complicated sometimes. So, the first place that I always go when I want to save is to a bed. I got a bed from the quest line of the blacksmith during the main story. If you take the alternate route and you go to the weird guy down here that's doing his little science experiment, you'll also get a bed and some storage. Either way, you get a bed. But essentially, you come in here and you hit eat to sleep and it saves your game. It also is even better because if you have consumed a potion, it'll redo your health and you won't be tired anymore. So it's a really good one. The other ways are either save your snaps or getting saves and cutscenes. Saves and cutscenes are a little infrequent, aren't as reliable, and sometimes don't put you in the best position. So save your snaps are going to be your go-to. You get the save your snaps recipe when you start the game, I believe, at the part with the old lady when she gives you the recipe for like the healing brew or whatever it is. So you get it there, and then you know it forever, and you can make as many as you want. And I will get into how to make them in just a minute here. So let's go into that. The first ingredients for the save your snaps you need is belladonna, which you can find at nearly anyone that sells any type of herbs. I normally go here to this place. This you know the name of this place, starting place, literally. So you come up here, you go in here to them, and you can pick it and buy it dried. We're gonna buy it dried here, just because I know this guy has the good stuff. Belladonna. Confirm.
I'd like to discuss the price.
We're gonna haggle because we're not just giving away free money here.
Ja, das ist gut. Finally, a good.
Perfect. So yeah, that's the first ingredient. The next one is nettles, and I'll show you where I find my best nettles. Nettles, I think they are. Okay, let's go find some nettles. Okay, so where we find nettles is this really convenient place. So everyone says you can find them everywhere. I struggle to find them everywhere. I find them right above this little town, this little Zeligen, whatever it is. I can't read. Dyslexic, leave me alone. And right across from the starting place, over here in the trees. So here's where you can find some nettle. It's really all over this forest, all over the place. So there, and then also you can find your Bellaton here too, but not in as great as amount. Not right there. It's right. And Bellaton you can take that has these weird little berries on it. See, so you can find both of them out in the wild, and it's awesome because it. Like I said, this little place right here tends to have a lot of it. There is a good bit of Bellaton there, like not as much as nettle. Nettle seems to be growing out the yin yang here, but Bellaton is also here. So both the ingredients for the snaps are here, but I tend to buy my Bellaton, and I can't say the word. I tend to buy it from stores more often than I do actually find it because it's a little hard to find. Nettle kind of just looks like a. I'm assuming nettle kind of just looks like a weed. Ballon has little berries, and it just seems like it's much harder to find the Ballon. I can't say the word. Like, I don't know why you would think the berries would stand out more, but it just doesn't. Okay, now let's brew this amazing concoction so we can all learn how to save and move on to our next step. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is building skills. So this is kind of a very broad topic, but one kind of small thing that I want to talk about all of them is, first off, so you get, this is something that's really, really helpful, and I love that they added it. It's attention to detail and awesome. So at the bottom of every trait, you can see how they're built, primarily gained through combat. Like, you can see how they're built, and you can understand what you need to do and do that to build all these skills. It's so awesome. It is, in my opinion, it is an amazing feature that every game should have. Like, gain experience through stealth and primarily through combat, especially if you use weapons that require a higher level of agility. Okay, makes sense. And you gain experience through combat, performing advanced techniques or combos. Like, those are all kind of the same thing, but you gain primarily experience through using skill checks. Like, I don't know. Every single one of them has a little of how you can level them up, and I think that's awesome. I think that's really unique, and not a lot of games have that. So literally every one you have, you can see how you gain more skill points in them. And then also for ingredients, which I think is super cool too, is it tells you where they're found. So if you're trying to, the recipe you need to make wolf teas that are just laying around usually. But if there's a certain recipe that you need to make, you need a certain thing, you can just find it at a store and figure out where it is and go and find it. Some of them aren't very detailed. Again, hillsides is kind of just hillsides. So I guess, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really, really awesome thing. I think every game should have it, and I think it's really helpful. So yeah, that's okay. On to our next thing. This game sure is beautiful. Okay, sorry. So I think that'll be our last tip for this video. If there's anything that you would like more elaboration on, throw it in the comments. You have anything that you wanted to see added in a new video? If you want to see me make a video on a certain game that you're playing, or there's mice. So much detail in this game. Can I pick them up? So yeah, if there's anything you want to see from me, if you have any comments, if you disliked the video, throw a reason why you disliked it. Or if you liked the video, maybe throw a comment in there saying why you liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for sticking around. I hope this video was informative and helped you, maybe taught you something, and I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day, and don't forget to maybe like and subscribe if you're feeling extra generous. Have a good one.